Maybe first and foremost, we love what you see. It's really a national football house. You know, housing the whole country in one room. If you look at the whole room, it's full, you know, full of football people from all over the country, together with their business partners. This is a very good image of the sport, and it's an image that we would want to continue to support and wish for it to continue. May we extend our sincere gratitude and great indebtedness to INSTACASH for the investment into the game of football, particularly covering all the 4 regions of the country. Babengumalo, may I hasten to say, just at the end of June this year, we ushered into operation new statutes of football. And the new statutes of football, there is some kind of reconfiguration that happened there in terms of the committees that run football. We now have what we call an amateur and grassroots football committee, which is an improvement from the yesteryear's youth football committee, because we realized there is a big component of football, which is amateur football, where we as regional football associations, in terms of our clubs, come into being. In the past, we didn't have a body that would cover the football clubs that participate in the sport at the regional level, which is why now we are having a body that will monitor how the football clubs in the regional associations perform, how the development of football goes in that football clubs, including the structures and the components, key elements that actually drive the performance of football. It is high time that we put pressure to the national leagues. By national leagues, we always make reference to the Premier League and the National First Division. If we pay particular focus in the regional football associations, we know that the pressure will be there. And if we do put pressure, they would have to pull up their socks and even perform at a much more higher level. And ultimately, that will transcend to the performance of the league of the country and ultimately the national team, which is the overarching objective when it comes to football. So we are very much indebted, sir, for the investment. Football needs quite a very huge outlay of finances to drive it, to perform to the satisfaction of those that love the sport. We know that everyone is passionate about the sport world over. We also have a fair share of that passion as a country, Eswatini, which is why we will always pay homage to you for the investment. We also want to thank the modeling, or should I say remodeling, and creativity that came with INSTACASH to now have a champion of champs. You know, this will also drive competitiveness at the regional level, because everyone will be aspiring to become a national champ. And we love it at the National Football Association, because we know that this kind of competitiveness is what we wish for. The development programs that are currently in place and are being engineered towards the development of the game of football, amongst others, they are looking into such programs. We don't want only the players to be featuring at the national leagues like the Premier League, but we also want every club there is in the country to have the high caliber of elite players that we so wish, because immediately The development programs are all over the country. The productivity in terms of the numbers of players become so huge that so many football clubs will benefit in the process. And that is why we are saying we greatly appreciate the creativity that came through for this edition and the inaugural or onboarding of the Champs of Champs for this edition. We welcome you, Manzini, your return. Don't doubt yourself, you are equally competitive like all the other regions. We also want to appreciate the 4 regional associations for their continued support to the business and programs of INSTACASH. We know the language in business is profitability, and there is no other language. We could try and interpret things in so many ways, but everything boils down to productivity and hence profitability. So, which is why we want to request us in football as a whole. We can't say football clubs, we can't say the owners, we can't say us in leadership. We are saying as communities around the game of football to try and explore all the products that come with INSTACASH, regardless of whatever product they might have tried to bring forth to the game of football for partnership in this edition and the last editions, or even going forward. But we are saying all the products that come with INSTACASH are products that were created for us as humanity, which we must always try and say, let us enlist them for our livelihood. For if we do so, we know that you are in safe hands when it comes to the investment of the game. Mngometulu did not make a mistake by partnering with football. And football is by far the best vehicle for any of your business objectives that you might think of. We are now into the digital age with so many interventions, new technologies. We remain relevant as football. So if you partner with football, you know that we carry all the dynamism there is around the globe, and you are relevant in every culture and every sphere universally. At this point in time, one would also want to request each and every one of us as we go through the competitions, we make sure we respect one another, conform to the rules that would have been established for us to participate, and also, most importantly, we also have to respect the sport and respect one another and protect the brand INSTACASH, which you are about today. We do have a lot of programs as a football association to try and help us in our leadership of the game, various technical aspects of the game, coaching, refereeing, medicine. We also have other areas now like safeguarding. We are also talking about young reporters. There are so many programs that have come forth now to try and help us into the game of football. We want all these programs to benefit us, even at the regional associations. We thank the media for having been with us every time, and even covering our lower leagues. That's commendable. I was thinking we would have a round of applause. So we really appreciate your stand in terms of supporting the game of football to flourish, to develop, and to mature. We really, really appreciate your efforts. Going through the competition forthcoming, we also look up to you to extend the voices, the messages, the visuals, the pictures, and everything about what we are about to commence in terms of the competitions. Our wish is to have fruitful partnerships and fruitful competitions such that when we converge at the time when will be awarding those who would have excelled, which will also be for us to look back and say, what a wonderful edition it was.